Yes.
Continue.
Why God is allowing all the suffering in the world?
Yes, that is like,
Yes, in the
that
world.
makes me the most angry.
Yes. So for you it's like that. For her it is angry because she has pain in her feet and a lot of pain, and she feel not. She was angry with God or Master. But what is the difference? Being angry with God or being angry with the world? What is the difference? What is in
Angry
common?
with
Or the question put in a different way, what is common in the two situations? Angry with the world and angry with God?
anger.
Anger. Anger is a common thing with both, right?
Yeah.
So we are angry with something which is wrong, something which is not going as I like,
Yeah.
something which is not pleasing my mind, my mindset.
Needs. Correct.
So the common pattern is anger.
Yeah.
Yes. So that's good to see that, because we are angry with an object, with the world or with God. But it's I am angry with something. But if we are interested to know what is this anger and where it comes from, so that would be a deeper question, I think. Otherwise, we stay focused on the outer object, the world, or God, or Master, which we project outside. But if we are more curious, we can bring back attention here and ask who is angry, rather than with what. Is it not a deeper question to ask that? Yes. You know, all masters says that as long as we don't go over pain and pleasure, we should lose discrimination between pain and pleasure. So are we in a position to be angry with the world, with God, if we have this understanding? Because who is making the discrimination between pain and pleasure? Me. We call it the jiva, atma, or ego, or the soul. Individuated soul is angry with the world, with God. Namaste, Poonam. Welcome.
Namaste.
Welcome.
Hi.
Very nice
I don't know why my video is not working.
So
I'll go out and come back again.
Yes, we let you and we continue. And
Okay,
we
yeah.
wait for you. Yes, so now it's, I think it's a good time to ask a question in reverse. Because if I keep my attention on outer objects, Master, God, the world, or whatever is responsible for my anger, then I stay outside. And I keep the problem outside of myself. So if I continue to do that, I would stay in the same state. If I want to go above that,
then just build a website. You can build.
Then I am invited to question the origin. So if we step back and we go back now, a little philosophy, spiritual philosophy, we could say, but imagine, as the Master explained, that the self or Godhood, there is no separation, and then out of the blue, there is a creation appeared with separate beings, me, you, others, and in this plane we also experience pain, pleasure, differences, and people who are richer than us, some people have better health, and so on. But when we see the world through this, like this, we see it through the mind and we separate things. Me and the world. But also the masters tell us that there is only God, there is nothing else. It appears that there is me and the world. But is it true? this separation. Whether it is in Advaita or in Sant Mat or any path, they all speak about this separation as an illusion. So, but this anger comes from that. So someone said, now I'm angry with the world. Someone said, I'm angry with God. But masters. But whatever, it is the same anger.
Because I will tell you, at many times Master has taken the pain of his disciples upon himself as a prick of a needle, and completed that karma is over. But in my case, he's not taking.
Yes, but you see, you expect something from the books, which will work for you. But it's books are made up from talks from masters, but they are not to apply for everyone. You see, you have the proof that it's not because they make general teachings for general people, but we have each one our own path. So what is true for you? What is true for Tanya in this case, this example? So you still experience a lot of pain in your feet and you feel it's unacceptable because your master should take it away from you. But if you read, for example, this book In Your Spiritual Path of Baba Jamal Singh about spiritual letters, you will see that he advised to accept pain and pleasure equally. Are you able to do that? You see? Are we able to take pain and pleasure at the same level as the master?
When there is pain all the time, how can I experience pleasure at all?
No. So what you can do when you experience pain, whether it is anger, pain, or anger with the world, what's best to do is to stay present to ourselves, to give to ourselves this presence, and to look the resistance to feel that, to experience that, because we don't like to feel discomfort. So the tendency of ego is to escape, to be here. The ultimate goal is to be here because home is here. But the ego attitude is to try to escape in drugs, in work, overwork, or in this, or in success. We don't want to be here. So it's not about changing the pattern of this. Nature is working like that, but it's not about changing that, but just to observe how the mind works. It's always running after something better.
Correct.
So it's not about changing the nature of the mind and ego mind, but to observe it. And the more you observe it, the more you observe you are not part of it. You are not the prakriti. You are the purusha who is observing that. So Nilima, who is experiencing pain, for example, it's part of nature. So you can observe that. If you stay identified with the character only, you make it worse and worse and worse. We make it worse. It's like you validate, something happened and you validate it. So you say, yes, it's true. And Maya just wait for one thing. Maya, illusion, just wait for us to confirm its reality. Maya need attention. It's like a small baby. You can compare her like a small baby. She wants attention. So she says, listen to me. It's true. What I say is true. Pain. You feel my pain. Yes. So Maya is one confirmation. The world is terrible. It's not a good place to live. I'm angry with the world. Maya wants confirmation. So we can be generous as consciousness and give presence and be aware that Maya is not real. So we don't need to fight with her. If I start to fight with her, I make her real. I keep the illusion. So that's why some of the greatest masters, like Siddharameshwar, for example, the master of Nisargadatta, says the key to transcend illusion is to do nothing. Whatever you do is confirming Maya, and she just waits for that through our own mind, through our perception, senses. So it's up to us to have the awareness to not confirm the illusion. You understand? And through identifying with a character who has pain, and I go more and more in this, or otherwise I can relax, and because the best reward we can receive when we surrender in the biggest pain. I have experienced that also, that if you can, in the most unacceptable situation, open to God or stay open or to life, instead of closing, because when it's totally unbearable, we want to close. If in that moment I can stay open and fully surrender, then see what happens. In that pain, if you take that pain as a big teaching, and in that, if you can learn to surrender, see what happens. Try to stay open to that experiment. I know it's not pleasant, but if we want to receive this invitation to go beyond that, and for anger with the world, as said Tanya, is also sometimes I feel angry with the world. Of course, you are not the same. We all feel that. Poonam, very nice to see you. Long time. Welcome back.
Thank you. Yeah, now you guys do it Monday, and I work on Monday morning.
But not now.
But today my meeting is half an hour late, so I'll be here for another 13 minutes.
Yes, because I cannot on Sundays, that's why.
I know,
you know, that's why. So I want to...
Could you do early though? Could you do earlier? 1 hour early?
Half an hour before?
That will help. An hour even better.
Okay, so I will talk because I record now, so I will talk with you.
Sorry.
No problem. I will talk with you about that, but we can do that. Yes.
Okay.
So I'm very happy we have a little India family meeting. Yes, because I feel also like an Indian soul.
Yeah.
Yes. So anything you would like to, because you are not long in the meeting, Poonam, anything you would like to share?
Yeah. I kind of agree with what you were saying, because I have a real practice. Yesterday I was feeling bad about something, and I tried to do this practice, what you just said. I said, I asked the question, what's my actual feeling about this bad feeling without the story? And suddenly I fell in that space, right? Because if you remove the story out of the feeling, then it's just some butterflies in the stomach and,
Yes. Beautiful.
The reality. That's one practice I did. The second practice I did was, just like everything else, this will also pass. It's like bad weather. When it's raining, we can't do anything about it, so just let it be. And so I actually tried these practices, and they work.
Yes. Beautiful. Yes, this is that I very often share what you said, and to make it just an experience without stories. Yes. So, and it's kind of tantra, we could say, because it's really to stay at the level of experience. Like imagine you're in a lab, and you experience something. Is it hot? Is it cold? Is it heavy? Or just make it like, how do you experience it without stories? And for Nilima, you can try that with the pain in your feet without the story. Just feel the pain as a physical, energetic experience. And also maybe you can add what said Poonam. It will pass sooner or later or not, but this is secondary. But primary is to be here, because the idea is to realize my true nature is being here. And to go in the story of the pain, emotional or physical, take me away from myself in a story of it should not be like that. So we go to Byron Katie now. Is it true? Yes, it should not, because the idea all the resistances is it should not be like this. It's like a message which is sent behind. It should not be like that. It's a secret message, invisible, that we cannot perceive if we don't pay attention. But if you pay attention, the mind sends a message. It should not be like this. It should not be like that. The world should not be like this. Other people should not be like this. I should not feel that. So it's always the same message. Yes?
And one more practice I tried, which is exactly what you are saying, Frank, is my soul has come here to experience exactly this. So I could open to the negative feeling too, that I've come here to experience this.
Great, yes, and if
I stop the resistance.
Yes.
It's like you go to a tough class, right? You want to go to do PhD. So you say, okay, I've come here to do this. So even if it's not pleasant.
So it's a yes. Behind that, it's a yes. Yes. In truth, it's like a yes or no. It's a inner yes or no. If I resist, then it's no. Otherwise, it's yes. So, and when it's yes, then I am aligned with God's will, because what is happening is also God's will. So yes is alignment, and no is fighting with God's will. The world should not be like this. My pain should not be there. So beautiful what you are bringing, Poonam.
It's not easy. I am not always successful. I'm just trying. I just want to be clear.
Yes, but that's I also do like that. But this is really the highest practice, you know, because in many spiritual path we go through many ways, longer path. But the direct path or the pathless path to be here is the most tough, because when you can hear that and realize to be here, then you honor. That's also the highest goal I fixed for myself. I asked a few months ago when I was in India, what is the highest goal? And I found out the highest goal is to be here. There is no higher than here, than that. All the rest. So, and if you are here, it means learning to be here without resistance to whatever, and then life can flow more freely. But then we may experience very unacceptable states of mind, energetic stuff, and so that's why many paths, spiritual paths, have been created more less direct, because direct can be really difficult, but so we can choose. We want to which way, like that. Because it helps the idea that heaven or the liberation is higher in the sky. It helps because it gives some time. Oh, it's not so close. So I can take my time. That's why, in a way, I take it like that. The master put it like that because you feel, oh, I have time. But if you are ready to hear that the kingdom of God or your own self, God, is here now, not somewhere else, not in another condition, not in another situation. It's now. What can we hear that? So when it's dangerous to hear that, very dangerous, because we have to go through all what is around that. Is it not like that, Poonam?
Totally agree. There's no heaven. Everything is
Here.
That heaven is also here.
Yes, yes, yes. So that's why we can't, for many years I could not hear that because it was, I could hear, but something was pulling me out and in, out. I think it was probably the same for you and many people. And finally we can hear more and more, realize that it's here because something doesn't want to hear that. Because the mind tendency is to want something else, right? So there is a conflict with this voice who say it's here, and the mind who say no, it's something else. Yes.
And even for practice now, it's not you'll meditate in the evening or tomorrow. It's like this moment only, in this second. That's it. So I'm changing a little bit that too, that I'll practice or no, just connect now.
Yes. Beautiful.
Because again, that's pushing to some other moment.
Yes. Or even if, because I like to sit to meditate, but it depends which way you sit. If you sit in a spirit of reaching somewhere, but or just to be here. That's so nothing to, yes. So, and especially this time is quite, I don't know, this month of May, have been experienced this month was quite intense for many people. When you open, I think this month was quite an experience.
Why is that? Why May?
There was some about the stars, alignment and stuff, and it was said, I heard some different sources, this, and I was experiencing that also myself. And now it's more smooth now, but May was quite tough.
Mm-hmm.
And but from the tough, like the pain in the feet or any other experience, which way we go through that? You know, it's like this card from Osho, the breakthrough. From a breakdown, you can make a breakthrough. So it's up to us to stay in the breakdown or breakthrough. Yes. So when it's most tough, sometimes it's also said, the closest you are to the light, the most tough it is, or something like that. So yes, when awareness is waking up more and more, then the light of ego is like reacting. No, I don't. It's like resisting. I don't want to. Yes. So, but this is, I heard that from someone recently who said that's where many people in a way fail because it's not easy. But we have to stay strong in that moment also. When it's like, wow, Maya become very strong, like in the movie with Little Buddha at the end, thousands of soldiers with fire send Buddha in his Buddha tree, under his Buddha tree, fire, but he stay. Because he stay in this awareness that it is Maya. So he does not buy in it. Then when the fire come to him, it transforms into roses. That is the power of awareness. You know, if I feel so much pain in my feet, so much emotional pain of living in this world, it's unbearable. I can't sleep. I don't know where to put my body. It's absolutely unbearable. In that moment, if you can have this awareness, like Buddha, that's where yes. Because it's easy to stay open when life is beautiful. When all is flowing, relationship, money, love, when all is flowing as I like, I have no pain, I have nothing, then I stay open. But when it's not like I like, I close. And that's the moment we need to stay open. When it's the most unbearable. To transcend this beautiful lady, Maya, that yes, our wife, because Maya as Shakti is our wife, we are Shiva, no? We can see it like that. So if we know, we stay aware you're going, that we,
Yes.
yes,
I listen to recording.
yes, namaste. If we stay aware that is nothing wrong with illusion as long as we know it's an illusion. But if we take it seriously, then this is the difference. And as many master also says this sentence, nothing is wrong. Nothing is going wrong. For awareness, for the self, for our, nothing is going wrong. But for the mind, then there is wrong and good. Yes. So it depends. Yes? Tanya?
Do you remember like last time when I talked to you, I told you like I could sleep?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
That's happening with Limaji, I think.
That's happening with you, what?
With Nilimaji, I think today.
Yes. Nilima,
I
good
think
morning. Yes.
She's fallen asleep.
Yes. It happens often. Yes. But we don't know. Maybe it's a kind of samadhi. Yes. So
Oh, okay.
we can come back from meditation now and prepare to open our eyes slowly. I will count unto 5 to open your eyes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes. No, it's not working. It's also relaxation. Sometimes when we make some meeting like that, I was attending to many satsang with different masters, and many people fall asleep. So
that happened with me last time we talked. And I told you, right, like during our talk that like this like Indo-Pak conflict that was going on, I got really into it and I was reading so much of news and like, I told you like I feel I have some connection there, like some past connection. I've always felt that strongly. So that is why I was like getting very affected by all of it. So
with Kashmir, is this what you said? With Kashmir?
No, not
Pakistan.
Kashmir, like just this conflict. This conflict that's going on.
With Pakistan?
Yes.
Yeah, because you have common route, North India, Pakistan, where you live.
Yeah, and my ancestors were from there.
Yes.
To India during partition.
So again, you see.
So
yes. Yes, speak. I listen.
I was just saying, like I was just getting really like affected by things because I was learning so many things about how much hatred people have, and even I was feeling a lot of like anger with like the things that were going on, things that were being said. So I got really into it, and this was affecting me. Even like on social media, I had like a lot of. There was so much fake news floating around, and people were like giving like a lot of like people are very ignorant about a lot of things. So I got really into it also. Like I was telling them, okay, this is not right, this is not, and everything. I got really into it. So it's like.
But
really,
so.
I absorbed a lot of it, like unfortunately.
Yes. So you see, according to following our discussion from last time about being empath and catching things from others, I understand very much that. But the more our attention is centered in ourselves, the less we take also. Because if you see attention like a sun, like the sun, the ray of the sun is going outside. So if your attention is going outside only on outer objects, outer people and the situation, and you are not here, you kind of escape here. But also why? If you understand, because something doesn't want to feel a discomfort. something is triggered by what is happening outside. So the ego is tricky by keeping attention outside, avoid to feel the discomfort. So it's better to learn to stay here with the discomfort and not to stay connected energetically more with the world and others, in this case the world between Pakistan and India and so on. Stay with your own self. Just bring it, like she said, Poonam, focus on what, like you are in a lab, and in this lab, how you feel it. Take away your attention from the social media discussion. Stay and allow yourself, and you feel yourself as a consciousness of space who allows this to be felt. And take your attention away from the outer world. Otherwise, you stay in a trap of staying outside, and it's an open door.
Yeah.
So it's better to feel what is there and to stay with that, and it will go. It will go. Because there is a deeper, it's something which is within us, which is triggered by an outer event, like even a war, a conflict, or what people say. But what it is triggering in me, in this case, apparently it's anger. Can I allow consciousness to be crossed by this experience of anger and learn to just being present? You see, and this bring you to your own samskara, to your own stuff, and then they are allowed to be seen, experienced, or whatever, and they can live their life and hopefully, possibly live your system in their own pace. We don't have to have an agenda, but we are not in manipulating. Just okay. Now life is bringing this feeling, okay. Now next feeling, something else, or no feeling, or emptiness, but I am the field of consciousness which is not touched by that. This is what you can learn to develop with more awareness. Like separating milk from water, So feel inside you are this space, consciousness, awareness, which is experiencing that, but it's not touched by it. So you need to be really present, focus. It's like I don't know if it's a good example, but you put a pot on the fire, gas. So for some time the pot gets hot under the fire. It's an experience, but after when the fire is off, the pot gets cold again and nothing happens for the pot. It's not maybe a good example, but it's like something happened, and then it will shift. So just being present and...
I think, yeah.
Yes?
I feel like I have this, I don't know, I have this fall, I don't think it's true, but like I have this false sense of like something, I need to make things right. There's too much wrong in this world, there's too much wrong with things, like I need to make things right. There's some, I don't know what it is, maybe it's like it's ego.
Yes, of course.
But like
of course.
It's just...
Of course. What else is I if it's not ego? I want to make things right in the world. Who is this I?
Not. It's not that dominant, that I. But it's like there's so much of things that are wrong. Like, and I feel like this. I don't know. It's like,
yeah, but even
some purpose.
Even if it's not predominant, it doesn't matter. It is just understand that consciousness, what you are, is not in the field of doing. Consciousness is not judging anything. For consciousness, what you are, there is no good and bad. So from there, look at Tanya and look at what is happening in the mind. Just be an observer of the human mind. something want to change the world, something want to make the world better. It's not to say that it's wrong, it's a normal behavior of the mind, but it's just to look at it in a very neutral way. That's how you can gain inner detachment, by just observing how the mind is working. Just like you are just an observer, you are a visitor. You are just a visitor in this human experience, in this human mind, and you are just silently sitting in this human mind and observing how it works. But you don't want to change anything in this mind. You have no interest to change anything. You are just a loving consciousness which is present and observing, and give space to that illusion to appear. And the mind is also a part of this experience. So if you want to gain inner detachment, just observe. Just observe your thoughts, emotions, and in relation with the world. Be very attentive, be very alert. Give to yourself this presence. Give to yourself this love. This presence is also love. So the love that we want as body mind, in truth, we are that love and presence that we have to give to ourselves. We have to give to this human being. This human being is temporary, but we as consciousness, we are the divine mother or the divine father or whatever you want to name it, and you give space to yourself, you give love and attention. And you observe this mind without any judgment. Zero judgment. And that's what we all want. We want to be loved. We want not to be judged, right? Is it not so? So we can give this to ourselves, this presence. So give this presence to yourself, and that's all we need, nothing else. And this presence is also love, because it's a total acceptance, unconditional love of this human being as it is. Unconditional acceptance of this human mind as it is. I'm just here. I have nothing else to do as consciousness, pure consciousness, to be here and just observe the play of high and low, pain and pleasure, and so on. So my highest goal in life is to stay here. Can you understand what I say? Even it's not coming fully in yourself, but slowly it's coming, and each time we meet, it's something more. It's like so it's working by itself. We have nothing to do. So because we are so much used to be identified and attached to a personal human being, a jiva, a soul, that it's not easy to, there is a kind of strong glue attached. So it's like a crystallization of energy in one part of consciousness. But this is the illusion. By more and more observing it quietly, silently, lovingly. So, but for that we can get help from practices, masters, or this or that, or meeting like that. But ultimately, it is to be here and let this happen as it happens, because in truth, doership is a real illusion. Doership is connected with the feeling of I, of being a separate being. So to look at this human being is also to look at this illusion of doership. But we don't need even to name it doership. We just observe. Is it true? You can have a subtle questioning in your presence. Who is doing? When I speak, who is speaking? When there is thought, when there is emotion, who is having that? Just presence. Not looking for answers, just presence. And for that, you can use some exercise like meditation or breathing or anything.
There's like one thing in particular that like really bothers me is like when I see like animals are being harmed, animals are being
Animals.
consumed. Yes, like when I see like animals are being like killed for food.
Yes, but then it is another item on the list, you see? So we had, since the beginning of this meeting, there was pain in my feet is unacceptable. I am angry with life or my master. Then I am angry with the world, and I am angry with people about the world, social media. I'm now about animals. So the list is getting longer and longer, but it's just different objects perceived by consciousness. So we continue to go from one object to another one, until we understand we have to come back home. Who is angry?
It's not about anger. It's like it's very painful to see that, and it's like are we not supposed to save them?
But whether it is anger or pain, it is the same thing. Who is feeling pain? Who is feeling anger? It doesn't mean the actor has not to do something. It doesn't mean Tanya should not do something. But your duty as consciousness is just to observe that. To be in that presence and observe this human being, in that case Tanya, who is having pain seeing the animal not well treated. So just observe that, you see? You can identify just as Tanya and do this and get lost in this, but it will go, it's an infinite play in time and space, and so it's nothing wrong in that. But if you're interested to realize what you really are, then you have to step beyond that in a way, to question who is experiencing this, who is angry with the world, with the pain of the feet, with the animal, with this, with that, with that. Who? Is there such a thing as I? You see? So, but there is no, it's not must to question that. But if you have this burning question inside of you, then it will lead you to that question. Is it really like an I who is this one who wants to change the world, who is angry, and so on and so on and so on. So, but without stopping the actor to doing what it has to do. You see the difference? Tanya will continue to do what she has to do. And Nilima will continue to have pain in her feet.
My video is not.
Yes, I see that.
My video is not working.
So we don't want to change the actors. We just want to observe them. Whether it is Frank, Nilima, Tanya, or someone else, we just want to observe the show. We are sitting in, like Ishwar says sometimes, in the head of one of the characters, and we are just observing the show. So the show, not only the outer show, but the inner show, all what happened in the human mind. And especially the resistance to feel whatever is not pleasant. So we are just here and observe. And by observing the resistance, then the resistance is going down. And then it's left only the pain. If I have pain and I resist to it, then there is pain plus suffering. So I add suffering by resisting to the pain. So it becomes double. But if I learn to not resist to the pain, there is no suffering, there is only pain. It's a mathematical formula. Did you hear that, Nilima?
Yeah, tell.
Yes. If you have pain, if it's just pain, it's just pain. But if you add resistance, I don't want to feel that, it should not be like that, life should not give, then you add suffering. So pain plus resistance is suffering. is doubled. But without suffering, then it's only pain. So it's up to us to have only pain or pain and suffering. To make it just a physical, energetic experience. And to not add the resistance and a story, it should not be there. So you can just observe what is in a subtle way in your mind which says it should not be there. Master should relieve me from that. So it's a kind of inner war, like that, resistance. But if you drop your resistance and your war and say, okay, I surrender to the pain, read again and again the spiritual letters from Baba Jamal Singh to Baba Sawan Singh. And how many times he said, take suffering as nectar. Experience suffering as nectar. Because it means what? Learn to make no difference between pleasant and unpleasant. If you discriminate with both, then you stay stuck in this plane of the jiva, the jiva's plane. But if you want to rise beyond, you have to learn to not discriminate between pain and pleasure. So, you see? To take all, also in this book, he often repeats, take all as God's will, pain and pleasure, as a prasad from God, from Master. Can we do that? All is prasad. So we have some work to do, which is to do nothing. To take it as prasad, we just have to be here. And to learn to take equally pain and pleasure as prasad, as Amrit. So, let's do that. If we are really interested in this subject, yes. So, if it's okay for you, I propose that we stop here for today.
Okay.
Or we can make 5 minutes close eyes together. 5 minutes. Or it's late. Okay. So we just close our eyes 5 minutes and come back to ourselves. And pay attention to our breathing. With inspiration and exhalation, and in between there is a space, and we'll pay more and more attention to the space. Until there is only this space, which is space of loving presence, consciousness, the screen on which everything is happening. So all the feeling of pain and pleasure are projected on this screen that we are. We are this screen of loving presence, consciousness, and the screen is never affected by the experience of pain and pleasure. It is felt. It is felt only by the body-mind through the 5 senses. But the Atman is not touched. So that was a short moment together just to pause a little bit before to leave each other, and we can use that moments anytime in the day. We can make some pause like that, short or long, to come back to ourselves. I just choose now breathing because it's a common, anybody can use that, but according to your practice, you can do anything with the understanding that all the practices will lead us to non-practice, which is being. Yes. So, we'll stop for now, and yes, it was going on and off.
Yeah, every time I touch my AirPod, the waiting disappears.
Oh, good. So you see, you also appear and disappear. Everything on the screen of consciousness is appearing and disappearing, even Tanya.
Yeah.
So,
But you know, like
yes,
you were telling, you were saying that this stuff, like this, actually all things are interconnected. You know, with this conflict, like believe it or not, it might sound strange too, but these things are interconnected somehow. You know that, like how we treat animals,
yes, yes.
and like, these things are
Is
not like literally like there's something.
the sound is not good, Tanya. I think we have to stop because the
Okay.
sound is, I don't know why, but the sound is not coming well. But yeah, yes,
Okay, that's okay.
yes,
That's okay. I was just like I was going into a different direction anyway.
yes. So thank you so much for being together, and I wish you a beautiful evening. And so maybe I will bring it back to 4:30 p.m. Okay, that Poonam can join also. I will mention it.
Today?
No, next Mondays. But I will, yes, I will post it. So,
Okay.
Thank you so much. Namaste. So we stop like
Bye.
this and we let Nilima like that in Samadhi. Bye bye.
Bye. Bye.
Namaste Nilima. Good night. Yes.
Good night.
Sleep well.